What's up, everybody? Dave here with another session of This is Daveford FC. We are up to session 13 already, everybody. The season is in the later stages of the final third, and we just left off with a very decisive opening first leg victory in the Johnstone's Paint South final versus Coventry City. We were at home. We beat them 4-1. It was a very decisive victory. If we can win the second leg, then we will go to Wembley Stadium and compete for the actual final itself and hopefully win the Johnstone's paint trophy. So we had a couple games since then. On January 14th, we had an away game versus Mansfield, and the stats for that game were pretty good. We actually had a 1-2 victory. We had 2 yellow cards. Of course, Gardner was booked and Williams was also booked. We had 2 goals by Bell Baggy and also 2 assists by Courtney Cameron, who was our man of the match. Daveford FC dominated possession at 56%, and the rest of the team, they actually contributed rather nicely. Next, we had a game on January 17th. We were back at home at the Dungeon. We played the Crew, and the player of the match was actually really nice to see Benham Williams get player of the match. We had 1 yellow card, Fraser Franks, and as for goals, Courtney Cameron, Charlie Sheringham, they both had goals, and Williams had 2 assists. Nice to see. He had a very nice 9.0 rating, and the fans at the Dungeon were super happy with a 2-1 victory. Next, on January 20th, just 3 days later, so that was literally 4 games in 10 days. I mean, that is just, it's sort of like a curse in English football. The better your team does, the more your games get postponed and moved and just scrunched together. And we're literally playing games like every 3-4 days, guys. So hats off to the coaching staff and especially the fitness coaches that we have for getting these guys in football shape. So on the 20th, like I said, we had another home match versus Tranmere. It was a very close game, 2-1. Daveford FC dominated possession at 59%. We had 2 yellow cards, Maddie Taylor, Courtney Cameron. We had Bell Baggy with a goal, Charlie Sheringham with a goal. Player of the match was Courtney Cameron, and Williams and Cameron with the assist. Alright guys, it is match day, January 24, 2018, and we are going to be playing our second Johnstone Paint Trophy South final game versus Coventry City. We've had 4 days rest. The team is ready to go. They're fully rejuvenated, and we found out who we're going to be playing in the 4th round of the FA Cup. And we've got Everton. Everton is a very high-quality team. It's not going to be easy. We are definitely the underdogs. I really feel good about our chances. They're in the lower part of the Premier League table, but they are a Premier League team. They've got a lot of money. They've got a lot of quality, and we are an up-and-coming team, so we are the underdogs. Now, another good thing about this is, look at this, guys. We are going to be on national television, and Daveford FC is going to get $220,000 for the match. That has really made our season. All of the money that we've made in the FA Cup, the Johnstone's Paint Trophy Tournament, and all of the television coverage for that is probably, it's actually really made our season. It has actually made us turn a profit for the season. So thank you to the players for making that happen. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup for today's Johnstone South Paint Trophy Final. Okay, guys and gals, for the Coventry City second leg of the Johnstone's Paint Trophy Final, we're going to be making several changes in today's lineup. We are going to be running Horton in the box. That's a no-brainer. Now, our back line is going to change a little bit. We have Fraser Franks going to be playing on the right in the middle, Rod McDonald going to be playing middle left, and Benham Williams is going to be on the left still, and Gale is going to be on the right. The changes for Liam Slade and Tom Gardner are Gardner's, this is his 3rd match being suspended, so he can't play. Liam Slade's sitting on 4 yellow cards, as you can see. One more, he's going to be suspended 3 matches. And I need Liam Slade for Everton. We have Everton in our next match in the 4th round of the FA Cup. So our squad will be at full strength, bearing no injuries during today's match. In the middle, we're going to be running Cameron Gale on the left, Bell Baggy on the right, John Arango, and Byron Lawrence in the middle. You can see Dale Southwell is back in the lineup. It's nice to see him back in the forward striker role. We're going to be replacing Sheringham today with Matty Taylor. Matty Taylor's had a very good string of games as of late, so he's going to be getting the nod over Charlie Sheringham. On the bench today, we're going to have Legs, our backup goalkeeper, as usual, Callum Driver, Liam Slade, backup defenders. Charlie Sheringham is our backup striker. Stuart Lewis, Lewis Montrose, backup central defenders. And also Anthony Cook, our toolbox guy that can play anything in the midfield. And as you can see, Tom Gardner sitting in the stands today, serving his 3rd of his 3-3 game suspension. So let's go ahead and hit the pitch. Here at Coventry City Stadium, the pitch is in beautiful shape. The teams have taken the field, and this is the 2nd leg of the Johnstone Paint Finals, where there is an aggregated score of Coventry 1, Daveford FC 4. Daveford FC, barring without a disastrous performance, can win the game, not even scoring a goal today. So it looks like Daveford FC has got the ball to start the game, and we are underway. Arango's in the midfield to Taylor. Southwell, nice defense by Coventry City. They're going to have to get something going early. They are 3 goals down, and they're going to have to beat Daveford FC. If they want to win, they're going to have to score 4 on Daveford. So we're about 20 minutes into the game. It looks like Daveford FC is dominating possession, 60%. There's 4 shots by Coventry, 1 by Daveford FC. Key play for Coventry. Throw into Thomas. Thomas gets it in. Oh my God, an own goal off of Horton. McDonald gets a deflection off of his leg. It gets by Horton, and it looks like Coventry is up 1-0 with an aggregated score of 2-4. Arango has the ball, kicks it over to Gale on the right-hand side in the Bell Baggy. Bell Baggy showing his moves. Into Arango, nice heel pass to Baggy to Cameron into the back of the net. Daveford FC ties the score 1-1, and the aggregated score is now 2-5. Another key play for Daveford FC. Are they going to be turning it on here, Coventry? Southwell, Taylor! Taylor with another score. Matt Taylor with his 15th goal this season. This pretty much locks up the game already in the 35th minute, where Daveford FC has a 2-6 commanding lead in the aggregated score. It looks like Daveford FC is going to hoist the Johnstone Paint Trophy up at the end of the game. Coventry, can they come back with a miracle? Finch shoots the ball off of the goalie, and Horton saves it again. We are at halftime, where Coventry City is 1 and Daveford FC 2. There are no changes on either side, and Coventry City starts the second half with the ball. They're going to have to score 5 goals, folks, to win this. It is highly unlikely they are going to do so. Shot from Coventry City. Horton with a nice deflection about 20 rows back. Key play for Coventry. Corner kick from Jones. Out of bounds. Daveford FC ball. We are sitting at about the 50-minute mark, where Daveford FC has a more even possession at 53%. There are 3 shots on target by Daveford FC, 2 shots on target by Coventry. Looks like Matt Taylor is offside. Key play for Coventry City. Wow, nice pass. Dermott to McDermott. Thomas scores, and Coventry ties up the game 2-2, and an aggregated score is at 3-6. Daveford FC still leading by 3 goals. Key play for Daveford FC. Arango to Southwell. Southwell to the right to Bell. Baggy wide open. Southwell. Southwell heels it to the back of the net, putting Daveford FC back up on top over Coventry 2-3. With 30 minutes left to play, Daveford FC is going to make a triple substitution. They are going to go ahead and bring out some players because they've got Everton in the 4th round of the FA Cup in just 3 days. So it looks like Arango's coming off. It looks like Courtney Cameron is coming off. And it also looks like Cameron Gale is going to come off. We're going to run Charlie Sheringham in the winger role. Even though he's not a winger, he's a striker. But that's okay. Daveford FC scores again. John Arango, before he comes out, scores his second goal of the season, putting Daveford FC up on top 2-4 with a 3-8 aggregated score. Daveford FC is just showing off at this point, folks. Another key play for Daveford FC. Belbaggy going on the right-hand side to Driver. Driver's getting into the box. Lewis gets another goal, but the referee has the flag up for offsides. Thank God for Coventry, because they are looking like absolute dog shit. Coventry with a key play. Corner kick from McDermott. Gets it to the middle of the field for Haynes. Haynes shoots. Great defense by Daveford FC. McDermott back with the ball. Gets it into the box. Ooh, a hard challenge by Franks. No foul called. Looks like we are 1 minute of extra time. Lorenzen throws it in, and Daveford FC are the Johnstone Paint champions. Everybody, it is January 27th. The team has had only 3 days rest. We are ready to go. We are at home versus Everton today for the fourth round of the FA Cup. So, during this 3 days, we did find out who we are going to be playing at Wembley Stadium for the Johnstone Paint Trophy final match, and that will be a Sky Bet 1 team, Bradford City. They've fallen on a little bit of hard times the past decade or so. They were a English Premier League team at one point, but like I said, they've had bad fortune. They're back on the upswing again, so it is going to be a very tough match at Wembley Stadium playing Bradford City. Next, we've got some good news with the team. We've had one of our players, Courtney Cameron. He has won Sky Bet 2 Player of the Month for January. So hats off to Courtney Cameron for winning Player of the Month. So the team is on the pitch at Daveford FC's The Dungeon, and let's take a look at the lineup. Guys, so here is today's lineup here at The Dungeon for the fourth round of the FA Cup versus Everton. We really have to bring our A game today. Everton is an English Premier League team. They are literally 3 leagues above us, and we are the severe underdogs today. So our lineup, this is the best possible lineup that we could have. We are now injury-free. This is the first time in probably a couple months we've been injury-free. Our condition isn't where I want it to be because we just had a game 2 days ago against Coventry City in the South Johnstone State Final. Now we get to go to Wembley Stadium and play in the final, which is a good thing. But it was good to rest Liam Slade and Tom Gardner last game. Well, Gardner was suspended, but I rested Slade because he has this yellow card. And I knew he would have been suspended for this game if I would have played him last game. So, in the back, our prime lineup. In the back for defenders, Williams on the left, Gardner, Slade in the middle, and Gale on the right. Our midfield is identical. Cameron on the left, Belbaggy on the right, John Arango, Byron Lawrence in the middle, and good to see Dale Southwell back to prime football shape. He's going to be starting in the advanced forward striking role. Also Taylor, he's going to be in a deep lying forward position to feed the ball to Southwell. And our bench for today's game, Adam Leggs is our backup goalkeeper. Backup defenders, Callum Driver, Fraser Franks. Backup midfielders, Stuart Lewis, Lewis Montrose. Our toolbox guy, Anthony Cook, he can play anywhere in the midfield. And our backup strikers, Charlie Sheringham. Now, Rod McDonald, he is at the stadium today, but he's sitting into the stands because we just couldn't fit him onto the bench. So let's get started with the game. Here we are, guys. Game time at the Dungeon. The field is immaculate. The teams have warmed up. They're on the field. Daveford FC, the big underdogs in today's match versus Everton. Can Daveford FC beat Goliath? We'll have to see. The teams are on the pitch. Daveford FC with the ball first, and the game is underway. Southwell back to Arango. Arango gets it over to Belbaggy. Belbaggy showing his moves against the Premier League side team. Lawrence over to Arango into the top of the box. Taylor shoots, and Rulli is there to pick up the save. We are almost 8 minutes into the game, and possession is about even. And it looks like John Arango has fouled Baines, giving them a spot shot, penalty kick. Baines kicks. And wow, Horton goes left. Horton goes left. Baines shoots left. That puts Everton up 0-1. Key play for Everton. McCarthy gets it over to Nani. Nani in the middle, getting it up the field rather quickly. Shoots it about 20 rows into the crowd. And there's a souvenir for some lucky fan. 15 minutes into the game, Daveford FC actually even possession with the Goliath. Barkley with a key play for Everton. Bartley shoots it. Nice save by Horton. Picked back up by Everton. Everton kicks it out, and that is that. So we are going to be waiting for the next key play. The game's actually pretty even possession-wise and shot-wise. It's just that Everton has capitalized on their shots on target. Daveford FC is down 0-1, home at the Dungeon. The crowd is trying to get the team fired up. We are at the 45-minute mark. The game has been absolutely fucking boring, and we are now at halftime. Halftime is over. The teams are back out on the pitch. Everton starts the second half with the ball. No changes by neither side. Nani gets it into Tanas. Tanas is wide open. Horton reflects it out. Wow, he had the perfect angle. Very nice. Very nice block by Horton. Horton's been rock solid for us all year long. Tom Gardner with his 16th yellow card of the year. He's looking at a 4-game suspension in another 4 games because you know he's going to get a yellow card every single game. Key play for Everton. Dudu passed right. Oh, man, he goes right by Liam Slade. Holy crap. Nice save by Horton once again. Key play for Everton. Coleman with the ball. Barkley in the middle. Barkley, a great player in the Premier League. Tanas with the ball, pushing it up. Nice defense by Daveford FC. Can they capitalize on the turnover? Taylor going towards the out-of-bounds area. Gets it over to Lawrence. Lawrence, nice pass in the Bell Baggy with a lob. Back to Taylor. Taylor, nice defense by Everton. Shows the quality of them. Nani on the left. Flanks it in. Roberts there. Off of the goalie. Horton with another great save. Barkley, Everton's got the ball. They are heading it around the field. Horton picks the header up. Horton is really keeping Daveford FC into the game. A key play for Daveford FC, turning the ball over to Everton, of course. And Daveford has the ball back, trying to get it in. Daveford FC just cannot get anything going. 57-minute mark, and a shot. And it is off the goalie's head, out of bounds. We are at the 65-minute mark. We are going to go ahead and make a few switches. Wow, Cameron Horton with a 9.2 rating. It's unfortunate we're losing the game. Let's take a look at who we need to replace. While Williams is having a super bad game, we are going to go ahead and put in Callum Driver on the left. That's his natural position. Dale Southwell with a horrible game. We're going to put Charlie Sheringham up there. And in fact, we are going to go ahead and move him to deep lying forward, and we're going to take Matty Taylor, and we are going to put him in the advanced forward position, switch to 2. Matty Taylor's also having a bad game. I got no more strikers, but I think we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to move Cameron Gell out from the right. We're going to put Fraser Frankston. That's his natural position as well. And we're going to do all 3 of our substitutions early. Hopefully the fresh legs will make a difference. So we are at a key play. Oh, nice slide tackle. Nice slide tackle by Franks. Nani is getting it in off the side of the net. Goal kick for Daveford FC. We've got about 9 minutes left. Daveford FC trying to make something happen. We are going to go ahead and overload the box with 5 minutes left. Key play for Everton. Everton on the left side. Nani shoots off of Horton again. Arango, we have to get something going, guys. We've got 5 minutes left. We are going to flood the box. We're going to put everybody in there so we can at least try to get this score tied up. Yellow card by Liam Slade. That's his 15th card. He's gone for 3 games. Key play for Daveford FC. This is our last chance. Bell Baggy. A minute left on the clock. Oh my God, what a horrible fucking shot. What are you fucking doing, man? Nani shoots off of Horton again. Horton is definitely the player of the match. Let's see, we've got 40 seconds left, and we just kick it up just to give it back. Oh my gosh, can we capitalize? No, we cannot. 30 seconds left in overtime. In extra time, looks like Everton is going to come away with the win in the fourth round of the FA Cup. Nice hard tackle by Daveford FC. Where was that intensity 90 fucking minutes ago, guys? There we go, guys. Daveford FC with a great run in the FA Cup. Our 2018 FA Cup run has come to an end, unfortunately. Final score at the Dungeon, Daveford FC 0, Everton assholes 1. Your post-match analysis for the fourth round FA Cup game. As expected, Charlie Horton, man of the match. He definitely deserved it. He was the best player on the field today. He had a 9.3 rating. I don't even know how many block shots he had, but Everton had 13 shots on target and 1 goal. So hats off, Charlie Horton. You are a miraculous pickup for Daveford FC for the mere price of $135,000. Thank you, Charlie Horton. He really kept us in the game today. So guys, even though we had a 0-1 loss, I'm really happy for our team. Everton is one of the biggest names in English football. And to have a close game, to come down to the final wire where we could have, pushed the ball up the field and won the game, or at least tied it, I'm really proud of the squad. I'm really not disappointed. We were huge underdogs. I didn't know what to expect. We did not, this is the first time all season, we did not own possession. Everton, guys, they've got a couple $1 million a week payroll. So they have the quality, which their quality wasn't much better than ours today. We had 2 yellow cards today. Tom Gardner and Liam Slade, of course. They're definitely on their way to their 4th suspension of the year. We had no goals. We had good ratings. Well, we didn't really have any good ratings except for Charlie Horton. John Arango, he had a huge mistake today. It's bounced off of John Arango as an own goal. But hey, John Arango has been rock solid for this club for 3 years, and this is the first mistake he's ever made. So Arango gets a free pass. So guys, it is now March 3rd. We have played about 7 more games. I wanted to kind of, fast forward since the loss at the Dungeon versus Everton. And guys, the wheel has actually fallen off of the wagon for Daveford FC. I mean, we had a very commanding lead in points. As you can see, a couple days. I think the Everton loss really shook the team up. On the 30th of January, we played Fleetwood away. We had a 1-2 loss. We had a ton of yellow cards. We had a red card. Fraser Franks, of course, gets sent off for like the 3rd time this year. We had barely dominated possession at 52%. We had 1 goal, which was by Matty Taylor, and there were no assists. So it was a pretty poor performance by the guys, and it was definitely a loss deserved. Next, we had our next game versus our one of our rivals here in London, Leyton Orient, and it was another home defeat. Leyton Orient has just had our number. Leyton Orient is literally shot up the table. They're basically at the top of the table now. It was a 2-3 loss at home at the Dungeon. The fans were not happy. We had no yellow cards, thankfully, because all of our yellow card magnets are fucking suspended. So, still not a good game. Bell Baggy with a goal. Southwell with a goal. Cameron Gale, Matty Taylor with the assist. Definitely not a good game, guys. So now we've got 2 losses in a row, 3 losses in a row if you're counting the FA Cup. And as you can see, we haven't had more than 1 loss. Basically we haven't had more than 2. So how does the team handle this? On February 6th, we play Cambridge University. Remember, last session I showed you that the wheel fell off of the wagon for Cambridge University. Well, I think it happened for us too, because we went back to Cambridge University's home stadium and drew 1-1. We had 1 yellow card, Rod McDonald, and we had a goal by Courtney Cameron. The player of the match was Benham Williams. Definitely, I guess if you want to say deserved, that's fine, but we dominated possession at 62%. We had 16 shots, 7 on target, and only 1 goal. So hats off to their goalkeeper. He probably should have got the Man of the Match award. So after Cambridge University, we came back home to the Dungeon, hoping to get a win from Oxford, and we drew again. So there's 5 results in a row without a win. Definitely the biggest streak of the year. We were at home versus Oxford. We had no yellow cards, but Dale Southwell did miss a penalty shot at the 20-minute mark, which could put us up 3-2 at the end. But hey, Dale's had a great year. He's had over 20 goals, 25 goals, somewhere around there. So you can't blame Dale for that. We had 55% possession. We had 1 goal by Slade, 1 goal by Taylor, and assists by Baggy and Byron Lawrence. A couple days later, as you guys can see, man, we have got so many games back to back to back. It's just crazy. We finally scrapped a hard-fought win at Stevenage away. We won 2-0. We had no yellow cards, but we had actually an own goal given to us by Merrick Rodak. So thank you very much, Merrick. Our man of the match yet again was Benham Williams. He's been a great loan for us this year, and we are going to try to sign him on a contract. I really think that he would be a vital or a pivotal member for our first team for many years to come here at Daveford FC. So the other goal that we had was by Dale Southwell, the goal machine, and assist by Tom Gardner, Bell Baggy, and we had almost 60% of the possession. Next on February 24th, we played Cheltenham, and Cheltenham, we were away at their stadium with a 1-1 draw. It was a pretty disheartening draw, actually, because Cheltenham, Dan Holmes scored in the 81st minute and tied up the damn score. We could have had 3 points, but I'd rather walk away with 1 than none. So one card, Tom Gardner, our yellow card magnet. We've got to work on him. He gets way too many yellow cards. Liam Slade, way too many yellow cards. We've got 10 games to go and the Johnston Paint Trophy final, and these guys have already got 15, 16, 17 yellow cards. We've got to see if we can do something about that for next year. All right, Daveford FC had 57% possession. Goal by Courtney Cameron, assist by Bell Baggy, and Bell Baggy was the man of the match. Our final game, we kind of bounced back a little bit on February 27th. We played Oldham at home at the Dungeon, and we had no yellow cards, thankfully. We had 60% possession, so we dominated the possession. Goals were by Sheringham, assist was by Southwell, and also Dale Southwell got the man of the match with a 8.1 rating. A little bit of a bounce back. So where does this leave Daveford FC in the tables going into the last 11 games of the 2017-18 Sky Bet 2 season? Well, that leaves us in first place with 35 games played. We're sitting on 71 points, 21 wins, 8 draws, 6 losses, and a very commanding 29 goal differential. Leyton Orient has really picked up the pace. They're 6 points behind us, and they're definitely knocking on the door. Wagon, their automatic promotion spot right now, and then in the tournament spot for the final promotion spot to Sky Bet 1 is Oldham, Fleetwood, Southend, and Yeovil. And look at here, Cambridge. They were in second place all year, and that string of bad games, they're not even in playoff contention for promotion anymore. So there you go, guys. That is the table at March. We've got 11 games to go. So let's take a look at the finances. The FA Cup, the Johnstone's Paint Trophy tournaments have really bailed us out for this season. We weren't going to lose money anyway. We would have. Well, we probably would have lost about $100,000 if we didn't have such a good tournament season. But with all of the tournament money, all of that TV revenue, we're actually at $160,000 profit now for the year, and we are sitting on a $1.69 million budget. Our payroll, we're actually down to $29.5 thousand a week. We've actually let go of one of our original goalies, and he is now gone. So that definitely saves us a weekly fee. So Chris Lewington, he was our original goalie, and he was very pivotal, and he played a major role in our Vanarama South League success, and wish nothing but the best for Chris and his further ventures. But I tried to get him a loan all year long. I tried to get him a loan all year last year. I just couldn't. So he actually asked for a mutual termination of his contract so he could look for another team. So anyways, that's why we're down under $30,000 a week, and we're sitting at $1.87 million on the transfer budget. We're going to take all that money and save it for next year. We've got a lot of contracts coming up, guys. So everything is pretty much done and completed except for our new stadium. Our new stadium is going to be done in about 3 months' time. So I am super excited about it, and I'm really looking forward to moving into the new stadium. We're basically doubling our capacity and hopefully generating our revenue as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the youth teams as the last thing that we'll do. Our U21 team, last time we checked, they were in 8th place. The U21s have actually had a really successful season, and we have moved up to 5th in Group 5, and they have really done a great job. And our U21 coach has actually hit it out of the park. So great job. We've still got about 10-11 games to go. Hopefully we can move up a little bit further in the 21 stable. Our 18s team is just unbelievable. We are sitting in 1st place in Group 4. We have dominated the entire season. Abukabar Agbu, he's got 23 goals in under 18s, 5 assists. We've got Adam Booth, he's got 19 assists. We've got Neil Lang, 10 assists. Guys, we are kicking ass with new youth talent. This was our intake from 2017. So it is March 3rd. In the next week, we are going to have our next youth intake, and I'm really excited because we have our new youth facilities now. We've got our new youth recruiting, our new youth coordinator. So hopefully the talent that we'll be bringing in this year will be of a better quality as what we pulled in last year. But the youth that we had from last year, the proof is in the pudding, guys. This team has really done a great job, and hopefully the under 18s team will bring home some silverware to put into the trophy case here at Daveford FC. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this session of This is Daveford FC. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We are going to have one more session for Season 3, and that will be episode number 14. So if you guys have enjoyed it, please thumbs up the video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a comment down below. And until next time, happy gaming, guys, and keep kicking your balls around.